take the old first gen here. And find which Dodge key is the first gens. This one. What is up, Loud and Proud crowd? Welcome back to another video here on Loud and Proud. Today, I know I've said this a lot quite recently. I have no idea what we're gonna be doing. But we're gonna get the first gen buzzer going here. We're gonna be headed over to the property right now. Dad's gotta do some framing work. Mom just headed over there to lend a hand as well. And I can't really come up with stuff that we have on hand to do. So that is why currently I am not doing build stuff at the moment right now. But there's a lot of stuff to do, just a lot of stuff like we just gotta get lined up. Like my truck, I don't know if you guys know this, but like I try not to tell you guys some stuff about the trucks just because I know I'm gonna get so much hate from it anyways, but I'm just gonna say it because it doesn't matter at this point. I don't care. I have a crack in my frame on my truck. It's about yay big and it's about midway back on the bottom half. There's a small crack. Now it's not like an opened up gap, but you can just see there's a crack there in the frame. So I got to get that reinforced with some steel, have somebody weld that up for me. I need to get my frame completely sanded down and, you know, cured with chassis saber. I need, okay, there's that cross member that goes over the fuel tank, I think, in the frame. Not far back behind the cab there, underneath the bed though. There's a cross member. It's got a hole rusted through it that's like this big. And so it's just 1/8, you know, inch steel. So I need to have that taken out and replaced, but I don't think I can replace it with one of those stock cross members anymore because I don't know if they even make those or sell stuff like that or what. So I might just have to have some angle iron, because angle iron is going to be just as strong as, you know, 1/8 inch steel, and just have like 2 or 3 bars go straight across the frame there, and have a buddy weld those on as well, because I mean that's going to be just as strong. It's not going to be factory, but it's going to be just as strong. So I mean, there's not much more I can do. But anyways, yeah, lots of nonsense that's going on right now, and a lot of stuff I got to get done with the trucks, and just got to get it all lined up. So anyways, we're gonna head over to the barn right now, and not sure what all is gonna be happening, but gotta head over to the barn, help Dad out with a couple of things, see what he's up to, and then whatever happens, happens. Yo, first gen here is gonna need a little bit of diesel fuel. It's getting pretty low. Gonna have to let Dad know that this truck's getting pretty low. We never really fill these trucks up because we don't drive them too much, but so seems like they're pretty close to empty a lot of the times. Hey guys, one more thing, let me know what you guys think of the shop shirts. Loud and Proud, it's got my name. Dad's got one too. Mom actually, she had these patches ordered in, and then she stitched them onto these shop shirts for us, so that's pretty neat. So I'm gonna get ready to pull up to the farm here and see what Dad's up to. Man, Dad's got himself a fire going right now. It's already gone down a little bit since I pulled up, but that is a toasty one. Mom doesn't want to go past it with her car. She's afraid it's gonna burn it. She's gonna go past it fast, I guess. And go. Holy moly, you could feel that through the cab. That was hot. You could feel that through the cab. I just felt like the crazy heat on my side. Oh my goodness. That is not cool. Okay everybody, so I had a morning over at the property at the barn. I didn't really do a ton over there, but I wanted to try to explain to you guys what's wrong with my truck based off looking at this truck right here, because the bed's off and it'll be way easier to show you guys. So my truck, underneath where the crack in the frame is about right here in my truck. It's kind of like just about where the cab and the bed meet. There's a crack on the underside. It's actually probably a little bit ahead of the fuel tank. Let me see. Yes, somewhere in like that area. So right in front of the fuel tank. Here's a fuel tank. It's like right there. And it's like a 2-inch crack that goes across the bottom of the frame there. It's not like separating, but you can see where there's a crack. And for the part that I was telling you that had the hole rotted through it, and I have no idea what, you know, this area of my truck, I have no idea what this thing in my truck looks like. If this one's rusted and this truck was in way better shape, I have a very bad feeling that that one's completely rusted on my truck too. But my truck right here, and this one, believe it or not, is extremely clean compared to mine and very sturdy still. But mine, looking from the underside, you can see right here, there's a hole rusted through this cross member that goes over the fuel tank. Right underneath, you'll basically, if my bed was off, you would see a hole right here. That's about the size of a baseball. So it goes right straight through there, through this section. And sadly, like, I don't know what all would have to be done now. Like, I don't know if, you know, I could take it to a guy and he could be like, okay, well, with my bed off, basically, all we got to do is, you know, cut back a little bit more around that area, sand it down, and you know, make a steel bracket that you can put tack to that and weld to re-strengthen that. Or like, if we'd have to completely remove the entire cross member and have it a totally new one refabricated to fit, like, I don't know what all would have to be done to make that work. So that's where I'm at with my truck. I don't, like, there's a lot of stuff that needs done. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant and a little bit scared to take my bed off, because I need to get it sanded and cured, and I want to do that before winter, which is very soon, and I want to do it actually like within the next week or two. But like, when I get that bed off, I've got to have everything that I want to get done under that bed ready and lined up and like ready to go. So it's got to get done. So like that part, like, I have no idea what kind of condition that is. This, I mean just a lot of stuff that would have to get taken care of, you know, once I get that bed off, because I don't want to take it off, then I re-put it back on, and then take it off, and then I re-put it back on. So I'd rather just get it all lined up, get it done, and not have to really deal with it for quite some time, to be very honest with you. Get the shifters out of line. Park. Reverse. Okay guys, so my dad and I are actually headed up to Harbor Freight. Is a place around here that apparently sells cheap, just cheap tools and crap like that. Anyways, my dad and I have been considering, mostly him, I really didn't even know what it really was, but sandblasting. Getting a sandblaster, a cheaper sandblaster for the truck frames, because we're about to knock out 3 truck frames here, and that's the 3 Dodges. Need it bad. Really, this Ford that I'm driving, the 7.3, needs it right now too. However, we just don't want to mess with this truck right now because it needs a lot. The frame needs a lot on this truck. So anyways, I'm following my dad right here. We're gonna get up to Harbor Freight. Might try to get a few words with my dad on what he's thinking and see where it goes. But that's where we're headed right now. Hopefully we can get some stuff done and see, kind of like get an idea of, you know, what they're going to cost, what we can get out of it in terms of use. Is it ideal? Should we do it? Not? Because we do want to get these frames done, but we want to make sure that we can get it done the right way and the most effective way. And my frame, especially on my Dodge, my 96, it needs a lot of something for that frame. I mean, it's in rough shape. So we're going to look at our options and see what we can do. Sandblaster, new big compressor. We actually got a really good deal on this stuff from Harbor Freight, because I guess they're just known for selling stuff quite a bit cheaper. Typically some cheaper stuff, but for an air compressor and a sandblaster, I'm not sure there's too terribly much that can go wrong. And for the most part, we're only going to be doing 2, 3, 4 trucks that we really need that stuff for. No, I'm talking about the sandblaster, but the air compressor, obviously we can use forever because we've got all the power tools now and air guns and stuff my dad just bought, and so that stuff will always come in handy. But yes, that is the new big thing that we're going to be trying to push forward with on the trucks. And basically with those sand blasters, you can use obviously sand, which is, believe it or not, sand is one of the least used things for those in a lot of applications for metal and stuff. A lot of people, they use, you know, walnut shell, coarse walnut shell, you know, glass bead, aluminum, something that the guy was talking about, or you can use, of course, you know, sand. But those seem to be the main things that people tend to stick to. And basically, I'm sure a lot of you guys know how sandblasting works, but I personally don't know it all. So don't quote me on everything that I explain. Basically, it's just like air, obviously forcing that stuff out at a very, very, I don't know, consistent and powerful rate, and basically it'll just chip away all the loose rust and paint and stuff like that you're trying to get off the metal to get it clean, gets in all the cracks and crevices, and just really beats it down to where you can then cure your frame and you know, not have any kind of bad application, because you're going to get the most out of it with that and really keep it clean. On this truck, thankfully, I mean, there's not like this frame, like right here, still got factory paint on it for, you know, the most part, so there's not like a ton with this frame, other than mostly from the axle back is the worst of it. The rest of it is in an extremely good condition, you know, all the way up to the front and under the engine bay, so that is good, but my truck's going to be a little bit of a different story. My truck, the whole frame kind of looks like that right there, unfortunately not like that, so big difference. But that is going to be the new big thing for these trucks, and that's going to be coming up very quick. I just ordered a gallon of, I don't know why I'm pointing at the paint can, but I just ordered a gallon of the chassis saver, which should be good for 2 trucks, maybe 3, depending on how you apply it or how you use it. But more than likely just 2 trucks, so probably either the first gen in my truck or, you know, both the second gens will get it. You know, this one, the only reason we might not do this one yet is because for this truck, my dad said since the bed's off, and obviously the bed's staying off until we get a flatbed, so I guess it's not a big deal, but he wants to have the tank, we want to have the new fuel system hooked up to it, new fuel lines, those new nylon lines, to a FAST or an air dog or something. We want to get, you know, just everything dealt with, the brake lines, fuel lines, all that jazz, like everything he wants to get clean and mint under this before we go and get everything done and bolt the flatbed on here. So then of course we're going to be doing the frame and all that jazz with this truck as well. It just depends on what order we have to do that in. Like, do we have to drop the tank before we can really get a really good coat on this, or, you know, like, just for an example, like, I don't know. So for this truck, I'm gonna ask my dad what he wants to do with it, but get this truck done, first gen done, and my truck done. We're gonna try to sandblast all of those and get the, you know, we have some wire wheels that we got and some stuff like that, and then also cure them with chassis savers. So lots of stuff that we got to get done. There's so much to do, and I apologize for not being like, you know, strictly build every day. It's just there's so much to do. But if you're going to do strictly build every day, it's, you know what this means. It costs a lot of money. So basically, if I want to be able to make this sustainable and keep on going every day and not be bankrupt, you can't blow money every single day when you're in your growing stages. So that's just kind of, you know, sadly, that's just kind of how it is. It's just how it works. It's going to look good. These trucks are going to get somewhere soon. There's going to be a lot happening. Can't get this stuff out until Dad gets home tonight, because this stuff is, I might be able to handle this one, but that's very heavy. So I'm going to wait on that for him. Other than that, guys, I'm not really sure what to do, unfortunately. Like, it was just another one of those days. I just you know, just haven't been really like feeling myself lately, and it's you just gotta kick on your worship music, you know, here and there. And I know for some people that might sound silly, but sometimes you just gotta do that, get your spirits back up. Just trying to work on stuff. It's just got a lot going through my mind right now, so it's just kind of hard to focus and get stuff back on track. But the trucks will be getting done, and so that's all that matters. Trucks are gonna be getting done very soon here. It's gonna be good, lots of good stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the kind of footage that I had. It wasn't anything too crazy. Yeah, lots of stuff coming up, and I don't want to keep rambling on and repeat myself, because I know how you guys absolutely hate that. So always another day to try to get better at what I'm doing. So tomorrow, hopefully I can get started on something, get something moving along, and, you know, make stuff happen. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, leave a thumbs up, leave your comments below. If you have not yet joined the family and subscribe, growing every single day. We'd love to have you guys on board, pushing close to 20,000. So let's keep going, let's kill it. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Doing what I love, going day to day, but I know it takes time and I'm patiently waiting. Sometimes I contemplate, cause one day you feel so close and the next is out of sight. But I know I gotta hold on tight to go back to just going out every night. Like if I'm about to let it go now, I can live alright, live a normal life, doing 9 to 5. But I know I'm more than that. I gained this skill, wasn't born with that. At the end of the life, it's a memory.